Fresh goes better. Fresh goes better. Fresh goes better with Mentos, fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. I'm Jay and this is Mike, and we're doing the ultimatum of Bourne.
We're gonna finally find out the secrets. We're gonna finally find out the stuff we didn't know. And Bourne's gonna take them all on and he's gonna put it back together. There's a new guy running the CIA operation. It's now called Blackbriar instead of Treadstone. They're still worried that Bourne's the threat, so they're coming after Bourne, while at the same time Bourne's coming after them. There's a source stuck in the middle of it who apparently knows everything.
Did you say a source or a sore?
A source.
There's
a source. They're both going after this source. Bourne's trying to find him. The CIA's trying to find him. We're all trying to get down to the nitty gritty.
Matt Damon, Jason Bourne, is trying to discover why do I feel like I'm angry all the time. Yeah, he's like, where do all these super secret magical powers that I have, like being like James Bond, come from? Because I really think the Bourne Supremacy was such a great movie, and the way that the whole movie overall was great. I just kind of think that the Bourne Ultimatum was a movie that they were just like, well, what else can we come up with to keep Matt Damon to keep coming back as Jason Bourne? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I love Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. I think it was great, but it's just like, how much more? I mean, it's like, in the first one, he wanted to disappear, okay? In the second one, they killed his woman, so he wanted to come back for revenge, like, hey, why are you guys still after me for? I thought we were, okay, I thought we were cool, man. You know, I thought we were cool. And then, he got his revenge, so he disappeared into the night again. And this, the third one, it's like, well, now I want to find out what's all about. It's like, dude, come on. You were in India in the second one. Can you not just go back somewhere?
It did kind of seem like in the second one, it was all wrapped up, like with the last shot where he's like, you look tired.
I love that one.
Get some rest.
Yeah, I love that scene.
It seemed like they could have wrapped it up there, but there were still a lot of questions.
Well, yeah, I know. The whole thing about Treadstone and Blackbriar, everybody wanted to know more about it and stuff. But I like the whole, like, what they left it on in the second one. Because they explained enough to where you kind of got what was going on. Yeah. But they didn't explain everything, which was fun. Because, if they had left it at Bourne Supremacy when you have the Bourne Legacy now with Jeremy Renner coming out, they could have gone deeper into that whole thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get where you're coming from. And this one, again, before I forget.
I'm coming from my house.
I don't have any problem with what they did with Bourne. All that stuff was cool with me. Like Bourne's scenes, like the scenes where Bourne was being born in this movie.
His mother was in it?
Yeah, well, they were
flashbacks.
They were as cool as they were in the other two movies.
Yeah.
They were perfectly fine. The scene where he's trying to get the reporter and they're trying to run through the crowd and stuff, like that was awesome. The scenes at the end where Bourne's trying to figure out where he came from, that was awesome. The problem that I have with this movie, it again goes back to the CIA. It goes back to the scenes. Because basically all three of these movies, they go back and forth. It's like Bourne's story, the CIA story. They're trying to catch him. Bourne's trying to figure out what's going on. Bourne's trying to get away. They're trying to catch him. It goes back and forth. Again, just like in the last movie, I have a problem with what they did with the CIA. Because this new guy, the guy who looks like he's from Law & Order, just comes up out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, I'm running this now." Well, no, and now it's called Blackbriar. And now I have a new guy above me.
Well, yeah, but actually, man, in the Bourne Supremacy, Blackbriar was mentioned as the upgrade.
Right.
But I mean, they had to have somebody take over. Like, the CIA's gonna have a backup to run that operation.
No, I know, but it's just like it seemed like it had to happen. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, the whole movie had to happen.
Treadstone got cut off, and then Treadstone was a mess, and we had to wrap it up. And now we're gonna start a new Treadstone, and we're just gonna call it Blackbriar.
That's my issue, man. Like, I didn't like Blackbriar. I didn't like the whole thing.
Bear.
Matt Damon had to be in the movie somehow, and they had to create a part for him.
That part I understood, because Matt Damon still had stuff to figure out.
No, I know that, but
he wanted to figure out his entire past, but they had to bring a whole new CIA guy in and start the whole new CIA. They had to start it all over again.
Well, then you kind of think that the whole thing kind of smelled of been done before in the second one.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of problems with Ultimatum. Like, there's parts of it that stretched forever.
Yeah, the whole scene with Julia Stiles. Forever. The whole scene with Julia Stiles,
yeah.
Like, it was fine and everything. It wasn't a problem to watch it. But the thing about it is, guys, is that if you really sit back and think about it, like, why did that whole entire, like, subplot for, like, 30 minutes with Julia Stiles saying, "You don't remember?"
Yeah, I know.
Like, what? That made no sense.
And that was what I was telling him. I was like, so at no point in any of the other two movies did they even mention that there was any kind of romantic involvement or relationship that there was ever existed between Jason Bourne and Julia Stiles' character. And yet all of a sudden she's acting like they were like dating or almost married or something.
Yeah.
I say that, but my favorite fight scene of all three Bourne trilogies happens at the end of the whole Julia Stiles subplot when he finally tracks her down.
Well,
Well, towards the end of the,
Yeah.
you know, when he tracks her
That
down.
was awesome.
Yeah, literally, dude, it's like at the tail end of the whole subplot because remember he fights that guy,
Yeah.
and then it goes in them hotel
Yeah.
room and he
No.
says goodbye.
But that scene was
yes.
fucking badass, dude. When he beats that dude's ass with the book.
Yeah.
That's the best fight scene in the whole Bourne.
But I was actually getting into that scene, dude, because the guy was actually giving Bourne all he wanted, like, and he was
Yeah.
actually holding his own. I was like, what the fuck, Bourne? I was like, can you not do something? I felt like
Finish him!
I felt like I was like a 1940s bookie from the boxing. I was like,
Yeah.
do it, Bourne! No! See, I had money on this little JoJo is gonna be so pissed if he doesn't make the end. But I was like, Bourne, you were like, are you not gonna kick his ass now? I was
No.
like, 'cause he like slapped you in the face.
That was a great fight scene. That was the best fight scene of all three.
And then
movies.
and then I loved it when they go into the bathroom, dude, and they're like fucking, you know, like boom, like it's like really close up, and I was like, damn. In the conclusion of the fight, and Julia Stiles is standing in the doorway, and she realizes what kind of person Jason Bourne really is.
She's like, oh no.
And she's like, and he gives that look. He's like, I know what I am. Who are you?
As the series goes on, like as with many do, it gets a little bit more unbelievable, a little bit more.
And
unbelievable.
then the whole thing with another car chase and another assassin.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, it ended the same way.
I know.
The guy, he gets out of the car and he puts the gun to his head, and the guy's like,
I know, and that's like,
and he's like, I'm not gonna kill
I was
you.
thinking that when I was watching that scene, dude, I was like, so I guess that's Jason Bourne's MO now. If you're gonna chase me and assassin, I'm gonna like ram you into a post.
The end is what I love. They finally got to the good stuff.
Yeah.
That one scene where he's like, I'm gonna finish it where it started or whatever, and he goes inside and he's like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, from there on out, it was like, oh, you guys finally gave us some answers.
But just overall, the movie itself, the whole plot, I just thought it didn't really need to be a movie. I just thought it could have been in the supremacy,
Yeah.
most of it. That's my only
It's like
problem.
they made a movie based around these 3 epic scenes.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you buy a game and then you get the DLC. It's like, why? I mean, you could have put that in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not my favorite one of all. I mean, my favorite ones, I like all the other videos, Bourne Supremacy, and I love the Bourne Identity was really good, but this one, the third one's so hard to follow.
Yeah.
You got 1, 2, and then you got the third one, and it just felt like it was just enough. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, come on.
All right, I can go with that. I mean, it's hard for me. I'm going to give this movie an 8.0. And I'll be straight up honest with you. I would have given it a little bit higher if it weren't a part of the trilogy because I thought it was a really good movie. But it's my third favorite of the movies. The first one's my favorite. The second one was amazing. I gave it an 8.5. This one I gave it an 8.0 because it had one scene with Bourne where he's like thwarting the CIA. Amazing. It had the best fight scene in the series. It was awesome. And the ending, I loved how they wrapped the movie up. But everything else in the movie I thought was just like, it was fodder. It was just there to keep you, oh, we got to make the movie 2 hours. Let's just keep it going. It's one of the best trilogies of all time. It's a great trilogy.
It's a great trilogy. I don't know if it's one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
Well, it's one of the top. I'd put it in my top 10 for show.
Really?
Yeah. Name 9 movies that. Name.
I can't do it right now, but I mean, you're leaving out Back to the Future, Star Wars.
What's your favorite Bourne? 1, 2, and 3. Rate them in order. 1, 2, 3.
Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm Jay, and this is Mike, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, dude, that hurts.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.
I could remember.
The Inception movie?
Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it, pirate.